Holy smokes, you guys, let's try this again. Welcome back to the channel. If you were here an hour ago, I actually, I was going to do a live stream just to watch the whole thing, and obviously you couldn't do that because, and I apologize, for that. I just wanted to watch it with my friends, with you guys. No monetizations or anything like that. I just wanted to watch it and, couldn't do that. So, got shut down. So that's okay. We're back. And, hopefully we don't get into trouble here. I'm not going to show any videos or anything like that. You can watch the whole thing back on Apple's channel. And that's the way you should do it for sure. Right. And now here is us now. We can talk about it after. Now, I don't know if you guys watched. I watched the whole thing. And of course, the whole thing is all about their Macs and about like their, about like their new software and all this kind of stuff they're doing, and all these new computers with new chips and more power and stuff. And they made you wait right to the end for the last little bit. And we just got this unbelievable, these glasses, these crazy, it's insane. I mean, did you guys see this? Did you guys see what this is? And then, I mean, the beautiful part about it right here is that they partner with Disney and Disney Plus. And I mean, we're going to be able to like go and do Disney Plus with these glasses. And, like it was insane. And they showed this clip right here of literally Mickey Mouse coming out of like, this frame right here and jumping around. So, we have AR in VeVe, we have Disney in VeVe, we have the Disney 100 collection in VeVe. There he is. There's Bob right there with the Disney 100 logo talking about how they're partnering up with them. He came out and had his own thing. I mean, They're just taking over the world, you guys. This is crazy, right? So I want to know your guys' instant gut reactions to this whole thing. I want to know what you think, for sure. I want to know if VeVe is going to be right here. Where is it? Where is it right here? I got all these screenshots right here. Okay, let me just bring a new one up right here. I got to show you. I brought the screenshot right here. I want to know if VeVe is going to be one of the apps right here approved, because there's certain apps that will be able to work with the glasses. They don't come out till next year, so there's no there's no crazy panic or something like that. But I'm feeling a little bit panicked. I got to calm myself down. I'm freaking out. I can't help it. I'm losing my mind. I'm like a big Apple guy. I've always on Apple computers my whole professional life with my graphic design. All the stuff they talked about is really exciting, aside from just VeVe collectibles and stuff. All the stuff they talk. I mean, this is kind of like world changing, again. And we'll see how people react to it. We'll see how it goes in the next bunch of months. How people react to this whole thing coming. I think it's like $3,500 or something like that. And so that's quite heavy, but it looks incredible. I mean, if you've seen these glasses right here, I mean, look at that. I mean, you can watch a movie like that. That'd be insane. You can see that on, I just took some screenshots right here, and you can see this gentleman here is wearing them. And if you watch the whole thing, he's at his desk and he's or whoever's using it, and they're he's literally, they're using their hands. It's like Minority Report or something. It's insane, right? He's using his hands and stuff. It's like Tony Stark. It's like Tony Stark stuff going on here, you guys, right? He's got his goggles, and it was cool because in the goggles themselves, I don't know how they would feel or anything like that, but when people come close to you, they can see your eyes. And so it's not like you're just some robot walking around. You can actually talk to people. And then you have all of your windows open in front of you, and you can kind of minimize them and do stuff with them. And then of course, the entertainment aspect, the gaming aspect of it was insane. They showed the NBA basketball game. I mean, that's nuts. They showed watching sports in there. It's crazy. So interacting with AR digital collectibles, you guys, this is the future. Right? So if you're in VeVe and you're in these other projects that are doing it, you are in the right place. Okay. You're here nice and early, you guys. You're here nice and early. Get your Spider-Mans now. Get your Batmans. Get your Disney stuff. I mean, look at, he's right here. Where is he? He's right there. He's partnered with Disney. It's right in front of your face. AR. VeVe, the app is set up now. Maybe now we know why. You can play with these collectibles right on your phone and stuff. And it's been a bit limiting the way we have it now with the app. The only thing is I want to make sure this app is compatible with the glasses, which you think it should be because it is AR. I mean, you can just have your whole experience and stuff. I mean, it is crazy, you guys. I got to know what you guys think. You got to tell me. You guys got to get in here, you guys gotta let me know. Are you guys freaking out about this? I'm a little bit freaking out. I mean, at first I was watching it and I was I watched the whole thing. Okay. And I'm sitting there going, okay, yeah, maybe we can use the widgets and yeah, okay, yeah, the app stuff. Oh, the iPad. Okay, that's cool. Oh, and the new computers. Okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah, great. Oh, yeah. Oh, new little adjustments to the music and all the all that kind of stuff. I'm great. And then I was finally waiting for the end. I'm like, okay, are we gonna get some glasses here? This is gonna be interesting. And then when they did it, I have to watch this 17 times in a row later today. It is nuts. I mean, there's Bob right there with Disney. He comes on, and I was just like, oh my God, here's Bob showing up. And he's they do the whole Disney Plus thing. And, with all their content and all their movies, I was just wondering, I was like, are they going to show VeVe and an AR? Could you imagine if they did that? So they didn't quite do that. The closest thing they got, though, was, where is it right here? They showed this poster right here, the Mickey's Oasis Getaway. If VeVe announces this, I'm going to be very excited about that. But he came right out of the poster and started dancing around. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? And it's just nuts, right? It's just crazy. So where Disney's going to go with this whole stuff? I mean, they are partnered with VeVe for AR 3D collectibles, like, you know, and now they're partnered with the glasses, with Apple themselves. I mean, like, duh, and it's all the rest of it too. It's not just, it's Star Wars, and we have all the Star Wars stuff. It's Marvel. We got all the Marvel stuff. I mean, it's just nuts, right? It's just insane if you think about it, what's coming. And we thought the glasses would give us some, you know, we thought that they were going to do it today. I mean, the whole report is they're going to announce these glasses, right? But how immersive they are. They're not just, I mean, you're using your hands like to literally look around. I mean, like they showed the Watcher. That was cool, the Watcher, get yourself in the story and all that. But like, look, you're right in your house and you're using your hands and you're like talking to people and you're doing all, I mean, it's just beyond the digital collectibles. It is just absolutely bonkers. Okay. So I hope you guys are kind of excited. I want to see your thoughts. Type them in the chat right here. You know, I'm sorry if I'm rambling on because this is just too exciting to go through. It's just too like, it's just mind blowing. You know, just everything. I mean, I have to let it process for a second right here. I'm just doing this raw with you guys. So forgive me if I'm not on my game as usual, but I mean, you know, I mean, it's with Unity, right? So isn't that like connected to VeVe and all that with the game? I mean, it's just everything, right? Doctor Strange is in the house. Are you freaking out, Doctor Strange? Are you losing your mind? Beats. How's it going? Pret Ed, how you doing? Good to see you today. Vision Pro is just, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. The implications behind this thing. Now, there was other stuff too. Like, so if you you can use the goggles, the Vision Pro, you can actually take 3D, like, you know, video and photos and stuff like that using it as a camera. So you put it on and you can like look at your kids, and they had this whole little video about like, you know, there's some kids blowing up birthday candles or whatever. And I guess the father there had you know, the goggles on, and he's like taking pictures and videos of them in 3-dimensional, like in a way that you can't with your phone. And that's crazy too, right? And then you're able to watch it back later. Of course, just watching movies is cool. I mean, all the interactive stuff, the FaceTiming, you know, how we interact, how you guys watch these live streams is going to be different in the future, right? Like if you guys are still watching my channel, of course, and how we do videos is just going to change too. I mean, all of that's going to be quite, you know, like revolutionary. We have to wait some time for it for sure. Like it's not until I believe next year. I have to double check on all that for sure. But how we interact with each other and stuff, how we, you know, do this whole thing, you know, how we talk about what we're doing here, that's all going to be really interesting as well. Like how we stream this kind of info, the videos you get to make, and how we have the interactions. Like if you look at the spatial environment, because they use the word spatial a ton in there. If you look at the spatial environment, the actual spatial platform, how you can walk around, you know, as an avatar, that's really interesting as well, right? I mean, you know, but now in this one, like you can literally walk around and you can literally see people. And then there was another aspect too, where they had like, you know, with your avatar yourself, you can digitally scan your face, and then it can do a representation of you as your avatar in 3D, like speaking. So if you didn't want to use like a camera to show like your background environment, you know, you can actually just have like an avatar of you that's scanned from your face. And then that will be it's speaking, you know, as well, right? So we might see more people do stuff like that, you know, because, you know, you got like, I got all my toys behind me, but some people want, you know, there's green screens and all sorts of stuff you got to set up if you're like, you know, doing content, or if you're doing FaceTime or whatever, if you're doing like these, you know, meetings, right? Even if you're just doing that, I mean, you got all these backgrounds behind you. And so like you can actually just now have like this 3-dimensional avatar that's going to be like there representing you. And that opens up a whole other world for potential, like, you know, links to like, you know, digital fashion and digital art and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that can, you know, that you can actually wear, like, you know, we see what Nike's doing with their, you know, 3D collectibles, you know, and for example, with their digital collectibles and stuff, like, you know, with their clothing and all that, with the dot swoosh and all that. I mean, could you imagine your avatar? I mean, you could be wearing like, you know, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It's just nuts, right? And so here we go with the VeVe app. and other platforms as well, right? For sure, like Cryptoys is doing a three-dimensional thing. Imagine looking at that stuff with your goggles on, depending on how they develop. Look at what DC is just doing this week. DC NFT is just doing for the first time. And I was going to cover this, tomorrow once we get more info. But the covers of their comics, they're coming out with like animated covers of their comics that are like kind of three-dimensional. I mean, looking at those with these glasses and stuff like that, if that's compatible as well, would be great. I mean, it should be, because you're just going to be looking at a website. So whether or not the app itself is compatible, or you're just looking at the web app itself, I mean, you can bring up any website you want, right? So it's going to be quite something with that for sure. So like, I don't know, you guys, it's nuts. All I saw, I remember just this guy hanging out at the, showing up at the party, where Apple's doing their big reveal, they're all good. And then, Disney shows up. They're like, hey, by the way, we are 100% partnered in on this stuff. And then you got Disney dropping all their stuff here in the VeVe app only. All of our augmented reality AR capable 3D dimensional collectibles that we're getting from Disney through VeVe. And we've already been doing AR. So now with the glasses, I mean, give me a break. This is going to be nuts right here. Diamond, how you doing? 3,500 plus tax. Let's talk price. Yeah. Is everyone going to buy two now and like save one for later? You know how people did that with the iPhone, like, or at least people were talking about doing that because, the iPhone's got, some huge collectible value on the first iPhone. So are people going to buy two? I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but like, it's something, because like I'm trying to envision, my family in my house, and what are we all going to be on these glasses? Like, I mean, movie theaters, like, holy smokes, like what's going to happen in movie theaters? I mean, I just went and saw Miles Morales. I just went and saw that movie with my whole family, and that was an incredible movie. Like, and, I love the theater experience, but like you put these goggles on, okay? You put these goggles on, you got your headphones in and all that, and you are literally watching like a movie. Like, you can change the background so it looks like you're sitting in a theater. I mean, that's going to be crazy, right? Like, could you imagine watching like anything you want to watch on these glasses right here, just on your own, right? I mean, music concerts, I mean, everything, any kind of entertainment you could ever think of, music videos. This right here, this image that I screenshot here was a panoramic of, like, if you take panoramic photos, right? So if you take a panoramic photo, I mean, now you'll be able to actually see it like how you would if you're in an IMAX theater, like it's around you with these glasses, right? These goggles or whatever. So, I mean, that's crazy too, right? So, I mean, fully animated 3D IP is going to become very important here. If you actually check it out, I mean, this is just the way it's going. This guy right here, remember I showed you that one. There's her right there. There's the watcher right there. So there's all these right here. There's another screenshot I wanted to bring up. You can see she's sitting in her little pod right there, which is cool. There was another screenshot I wanted to bring up right here. Give me 1 second right here, because I took a whole bunch and I'm just trying to get through them to, I know you guys probably watched it as well, obviously, right? So, I mean, here we go. Like here's one right here. You can see in the background, there's my face freaking out, but check it out right here, right? You got like the NBA right there. You can see like a person's in their room. You see how they have their like hands on their controller and their screen is floating right in front of their face. And you can see there's even like shadowing on it. That was nuts. Okay, so then there was another one with the 3D collectible one that I wanted to show you as well that I cropped out here. Just give me a second. Yeah, this one right here. There's another one right here. So like here's a 3D, so the whatever this was up here in the corner from the messages right here. This thing came out on here, and it's just a 3D augmented reality collectible, so there it is right there. So, I mean, it's going to be nuts, you guys. It's going to be nuts. And Alderain, what are you talking about? This has everything to do with VeVe. It does, because we'll be able to view our stuff in 3D right in our house. It's awkward on the phone. It doesn't work as well. This is everything to do with VeVe, and the fact that Disney's already partnered with it. I disagree with that. I think this has everything to do with VeVe right there for sure. Bones, how you doing? Are you losing your mind? Bonesby, oh, the headset is the future. Eventually, we won't have TVs or computers anymore. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we're so used to the screen, you know, we're so used to, but we saw this, we've seen this. Like, I mean, if you just watch the Marvel movies, you see how Tony Stark is doing it. I mean, everything that all seemed like some impossible future dream, but we knew that was coming. I mean, even back to Minority Report, back, remember the Tom Cruise movie? He had like the whole stuff going on. That was years ago. So they're obviously thinking about this stuff way ahead of time, you know? So, I mean, but wearing these goggles is going to be an interesting thing. I think this is just the first wave of it. I mean, they're very big. You know, you're wrapped around your head like you're going skiing, basically. So, I mean, you're going to want to wear those all day. I don't know, right? There's some questions there for sure. I mean, if they were like lighter and like less, you know, obvious, then but I guess it's the way they have to do it now with the technology. But of course, you know, as time goes on, as phases go on, as new iterations come, they'll obviously, like, you know, adjust them, streamline them, you know, depending on how people react to them. But I think for sure, you know, people are going to want to try this out. And it doesn't look like it is, it's not a virtual reality to make you sick. It's augmented reality, which is like, you know, using your own environment. So it's not like you're in a virtual world where you're getting all seasick and stuff like that, or motion sick, you know, playing games that way. In fact, they've gotten rid of that completely, and they've gone AR. And so, you know what I mean? So like not VR, virtual reality, but AR. So you're in your environment, you can bring the screens up, it reacts with all your stuff. It kind of seems like that's obviously the way to go. So now you know why, I guess, VeVe and, you know, has decided to do their stuff in AR. I mean, right? You know what I'm saying? It's nuts, right? And yeah, it's just crazy, right? Painful Monkey, too pricey for me. Yeah, we'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, maybe it's one of those things that becomes like an essential thing that you need to do. You know, you need to get it just to interact with everybody. Bones, all new tech is always super expensive. VCRs, big flat screen TVs. As the years go on, the prices will adjust. I think it'll be some years before this mass adopted. So excited. So yeah, I mean, the mass adoption aspect of, like, yeah, will people want to wear these like kind of like ski goggle looking things? They're pretty big. Where they want to wear those all over the place forever, all the time, I don't know. And like, you know, I do have a feeling, you know, as a human being, when I was watching it, I was just like, you know, oh, are we all going to be wearing these goggles? Because it's quite a striking look, you know, compared to just being like normal, your face, right? And like interacting with people. So, you know, like, is it good, right? Like, you know, I mean, I think it's pretty cool for sure, you know, take them off and on. Like watching a movie with my family at my house, you know, all of us wearing goggles or something, that's going to be interesting. Or like, you know, I mean, do you just get one pair? Then what do you do? Like, then what does your partner do, or your friend, or your spouse, or your kids? Like, do you all have to have them? You know, in order to, and can you watch the movie all at the same time, like synced? You know, and you're all like in this virtual world, or you can just change the background, or is this more of a solo thing? I know you can connect with other people, like you can do it together, like, you know, but wearing these goggles, I mean, is this like how do we get together doing all this stuff? Like, you know, when we're physically in the same room, not like virtually. Virtually, obviously, you can connect with anyone you want, and you can share the goggles around the house, I suppose. Can you project that, what you're seeing on a screen somewhere, so someone else can see it too, to see what you're seeing as well? You know, they wouldn't see it the same way. You know what I mean? These are all kind of interesting things to think about. Chago, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in right here. Playthrough games, Vision Pro disrupts so many industries. It really does. It's nuts. It's like, you know, when the iPhone came out, and the iPhone replaced, like, you know, flashlights, magnifying glasses, compasses, maps, phones. I mean, it had all these different things in it, like that they just went right into the one device. You didn't almost need all that other stuff as much anymore. So this is another one of those kind of devices, it looks like, where, you know, it could replace like televisions. It could replace, like, like even your phone, like do you even, I mean, you got to have a phone. I mean, you can't walk around with glasses on all day, can you? I mean, yeah, obviously there was a wire, so it has to be like plugged in or something, right? Is there like a battery to these that you can walk around? You don't have to be plugged in, like, and you know what I mean? Like, do you have to be plugged into a computer? Like, it has its own Wi-Fi, I'm assuming, right? So you could just, and then there's the talk about like, well, wearing Wi-Fi on your head, like so close to your brain, is that safe? I mean, there's all sorts of kind of questions behind this, but it is mind-blowing tech. I mean, the tech is mind-blowing, right? So, Pixel Trader, how you doing? Absolutely huge for the space. Apple is clearly leaning heavily, spending half the amount of time just on Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, I mean, I watched the whole event. I mean, you guys saw I was live streaming the event for about 5 seconds, and they shut me down, which is cool. And like looking back on that, I apologize. I didn't realize that would happen. Just with my I didn't even have monetization on. I was just like, just wanted to watch it with people because I'm here at my house by myself. So but yeah, of course, we had to watch it on the Apple Live, and that's fine. So that one got shut down. So that's okay. That's cool. And we're back now. So we're just talking about it after the fact, right? But I mean, like, yeah, they waited. They kept you waiting. They talked about everything else, And I was looking at the viewers in the live stream. I was looking at like how many people were watching. There's like 1 million people watching it, right? Which if you think about the world, that's not that many people, right? But there's 1 million people watching that live, and people will obviously watch it after. And I was watching as they got further along, and they were going through all, like, they got into like the music part and all some of that stuff, right? It's kind of like, okay, yeah, this is all good. So only real hardcore Mac users would really want to know some of that stuff. And then I saw the viewership go down, like I don't know, like 100,000 people or something, just slowly. And then as soon as they went to the last segment there to show these, the Vision Pro, it jumped up by like, 500,000 more viewers jumped back into the space. It was quite crazy, right? So Diamond Ink posters are pumping. Which of the VeVe posters are pumping? Are people freaking out about the VeVe posters? Is that because of this right here? Where is it? Sorry, guys, of this one right here, where he comes out of the wall at you. Oh my gosh, for sure. Joshua, how you doing? Good time to buy Disney stock. Well, I guess if you're a stock investor, I mean, I don't know. I no advice for anybody on that, but I mean, if this thing takes, I mean, the technology is like incredible, you guys. I mean, the tech is insane. It's nuts. I mean, look at this. It's crazy. VeVe is coming to Apple. Well, they're already connected, right? So, I mean, it's an app already you get from the App Store. So all the apps should be available to use on this in this operating system. We should be able to use our VeVe app with the goggles and go into augmented reality. It's because, we're able to do it on the phone, and we're able to use the phone's camera in order to be able to project our stuff, in our environment, right? In AR. So, the goggles they are a camera. Like, they are also a camera and a video recording and all that kind of stuff. So why, you just open up the VeVe app and you're doing this with it. You're doing this, I guess. And then if you factor in, VeVe's showroom environment, the VeVe verse, and we've already gotten how that looks and stuff, right? Like, it's already like, the video's already been posted. You're walking. Remember the one we just had a little while ago? We're just walking around inside the vault there. Like, if you do that with your glasses on, that's going to be really cool as well. And if you can actually, like, bring other people like on screen with you, like if you look at these screens right here, the way she's standing there, she's got this woman here's got a presentation, and she's got multiple other people, like, kind of, they're in a kind of a call together. So can we do that in the VeVe app, in their VeVe verse, where we're walking around, and we'll have other people come in like a call. Imagine sharing your collection, not with even people who are into VeVe that way. People just kind of coming in and like joining you and like seeing what you're seeing. You know what I mean by that? That's nuts to me, right? Stan, how you doing? The dots can be connected to VeVe. The future looks exciting. I would agree. I would 100% agree with that for sure. Alderan sold my blue-white logo to buy 2 red-whites. Oh, you got the secret rares. Nicely done. I actually have the orange one. I didn't get those waitlist drops. I mean, I didn't get the waitlist drop, you guys. I wasn't able to secure one. I got that message saying you weren't selected, and I was kind of like, oh, right. And but my son actually on our second account got the green one. So so then I went and bought the orange one because I like the orange one, and the price to me was good. And I should have probably bought the blue one though, and maybe I should have bought the red and white, right? The secret rare. So that's cool. Smarty Pants, my lenticular card investments looking smart now. I hope so for all of you lenticulars. I hope so for sure, right? I hope so because this guy right here, where is he? Where did I just X him out right here? I think there he is. He showed up pretty prominently in this vid. C-Spill, how you doing? VeVe and Apple already have a partnership with Apple Pay. I know. It's already there, you guys, for sure. Painful Monkey, gonna love reading my VeVe comics in AR. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like we can do that now. It's just the experience of being able to do it in like a better way, like in this kind of way, where we're like, it's really big and it's in your own environment. And then you're bringing other people in and you're saying, like, check this out, have a look. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? I don't know, Dominic, the posters are pumping. I haven't looked. Virgin, how you doing? Blue VeVe logo, the only OG logo. It's true. Well, the golden logo is pretty much the original logo, right? So the gold one. So, John, what an insane event! It's crazy. What is happening? The technology is mind blowing. I got to watch it like a ton of times now. Marvel, G Money, how you doing? Yeah, Marvel's in there. It's crazy, right? I mean, they showed the Watcher. Like, here's where is it right here? There, they had the whole Watcher in there. He was doing stuff, and the Disney Plus aspect of this, and it's just it's nuts, right? Like, you got to think about this, okay? So where is it? I keep jumping around, but I mean, this guy right here. So okay, so you got to think about this, right? So we've had this VeVe app now for a few years, and we're able to project our stuff in AR. Okay, and Disney's here. Okay, and with Disney comes all their IP, right? And they've been dropping them. They keep dropping them here, nonstop. We just got the Disney 100. They got the Disney 100 right there. If you watch the Disney portion of that video, you can see everything that they're thinking, And so we have these collectibles, in our in the app in AR, and now you come out with AR glasses with Apple, and then Disney's partnered with them. I mean, what else do you need to know? What else do you need to know? I mean, Disney's chosen VeVe, right, to drop this stuff here. Okay, it's in the app that we use every day. It's here. It's 3D. It's augmented reality friendly. Like we're already doing it on our phones. It's already here. It's not like it's coming. We have that. Nobody else does. We got it. It's here. And now they show up in this event. Did you guys expect that? I mean, we knew you'd be able to probably use stuff like with Apple, but did you expect Disney to be like front and center in this presentation? I mean, I'm not saying that means all of our stuff's going to go skyrocketing in the vault right now, like in the market on the VeVe app, but it's all built right in. I mean, if there's any doubters out there before, I mean, this just got to like completely wash away and if you're still holding on any doubt that VeVe's not positioned perfectly for this kind of event, then you're just out of your mind. I'm sorry. You're not thinking straight because this is like exactly what we've been waiting for. Now how this turns into profits in the app or bull runs, I mean, that's a whole other conversation. I'm just strictly talking about how VeVe is set up, with this app, with these, this next level generational sort of like technology that Apple's releasing, connected to, their partnership with Disney. I mean, it's just, it's not even, you can't even question it anymore. It's just right there. This is what it is. So we're going to be able to do stuff with our stuff, like in AR using these amazing, goggles, and who knows what else Disney's going to do, with just, if you just Disney alone, just the Disney app, just Disney Plus, just with their movies, let alone the VeVe stuff. I mean, just Disney alone. I mean, watching The Mandalorian. I mean, Grogu's going to come to life, you guys. Grogu. I got to get Grogu a pair of goggles, you guys. I don't know if I could spend 30. Grogu. I don't know if he'd want to wear them. He's got some big. Do they have a model that will fit Grogu? Because he's got those big ears, right? You got to give a Grogu model. Insane for sure, man. John, they said they're working with Unity. VeVe's working with Unity. I know. They actually showed the Unity logo right on screen. There is no question anymore. Apple, Disney, VeVe, all together. I mean, VeVe is just like, they're just digital collectibles and stuff. We're just having fun with them. It's not like it's an integral part of the Disney plan or anything, but I mean, that's what we're doing with these glasses. It's AR. It's not VR. It's not virtual reality. It's augmented reality, bringing it into your environment. So that gets rid of the questions about walking around, getting sick, like in some sort of like the VeVe verse aspect of it. It's changed now. So it's not so much you're in virtual reality inside a VeVe-verse walking around as an avatar. It's more that you're like looking at the VeVe-verse with your glasses on in like your own environment and making it super surround you while you hang out, and then you can adjust it and stuff, and you bring other people to it, right? Like this is how this looks here. This could be your big vault right here. You could be walking around and these people could be hanging out with you, and you could be in theirs or not, I guess, right? I mean, that's sort of the idea, right? This kind of thing, right? We're not talking about, but then when you're wearing them, you can change the background behind you and everything to feel more immersive. So that's something, right? VeVe, the gift shop. That's okay. You want to be the gift shop. That's cool. John, do you think we can swing our lightsabers around? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, so the characters that we have in VeVe in their video, your avatar that walks around, kind of like the gaming environment, right? Like, let me just bring this back up right here. Hold on one second. I gotta bring this back up right here. Okay, because if you're like just playing video games, for example, in this environment, okay, where is it right here? Okay. I'm gonna bring it. I got another tab open right here. I'm just opening up screenshots right here that I grabbed. This is all like, I mean, this is the one that I deleted right here. So if you guys can see that, this little 3D environment right here. So this is a little 3D dude. So this is like from the app right here. So like, this was moving, this was animated, this is 3D, like any of our collectibles, right? So you should be able to look at them just like that when you have the app. I would think. Because you can do this with your camera with our app right now on the phone, and you can put Darth Vader right there. So why can't you have Darth Vader in the room beside you? And why can't you have him there when you have a bunch of people chatting with you in an environment like this? And why can't you have it all behind you and stuff? It's just, it makes sense. And swinging your lightsabers around, that would most likely be in the characters that, we'd have walking around in the VeVe-verse. So your VeVe-verse could be on your screen right here, I would think. And, you can look at it like as big as you want, and you can control like your character walking around in there like you would if it was on the phone, right? Because or if it was on like a web app, right? That's kind of the way it is right there for sure. Bill's in the house. How you doing, Bill? What's going on? Are you freaking out or what? You think VeVe's just using the license to do their own thing? I think I don't see it that way. So the app is able to be viewed with the glasses. It's not like, I think you have to think of it this way. It's VeVe app is like any other app that's going to be able to be used with the glasses. And the cool thing is the VeVe app looks like it's built for these. It's built for this environment to look at our stuff and share it. So it's not that they're doing their own thing. They're going to have their VeVe verse, like, that we can see, and you can be able to go there, like look at it with your glasses on, probably on a screen format for sure. Right. Stan, how you doing? Can't wait for Apple windshield for my Tesla. Yeah, could you imagine that? But you got to make sure you keep your eyes on the road, though. So, Planet Vampire, how you doing? I don't know about no TVs for a while, but I think the tech will be disruptive for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cost prohibitive at what, $3,500 for one pair. Because if you think about it, you can't, if you have like a family, you can't just have one pair in the house, right? You can't just have one person wearing them, enjoying all the movies, while everyone else is like over there on the old television, on the old TV set over there, just hanging out, You got to have a one for everybody, I guess. So I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to be possible for people, but it's just going to be crazy, right? Stan, never get lost again. Just put the goggles on. You'll be able to go wherever you're going to go for sure. Planet Vampire headset will be about the price of a 83-inch OLED starting out, but the cost will come down. Yeah, this is what happens with time for sure, right? This is what happens with time, like they're pretty big. Like, look at them, how big they are in this guy's head. So, in future versions of this, you can see the big wire coming down there, right? So there's a wire coming down. So I don't think you see people walk around in the street with these yet, but you can see out the front and people can see your eyes. So, as time goes on, but you can see how the technology is there for sure, right? Alderon, there is a Vader on VeVe. There is on Cryptoids now, and Quid, you can Fid Vader. It's up to each project to make what they want with the license, as long as VeVe gets 6% forever. Yeah, for sure. You'll be able to view them, right, with the glasses. That's the cool part. So this is why VeVe is set up perfectly for this kind of stuff. Bill, yeah, I think AR would be the next big thing too. Yeah, it's like, it's not going to be VR. It looks like it's AR. I mean, Apple's pretty much doing it. Mickey Mouse poster shown. I know. This poster here. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. There it is. Mickey's Oasis Getaway. I wonder if we'll get this dropped to VeVe sometime soon. I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty fun for sure, right? Da Machine, just be happy, bro. I'm happy. Yeah, I think we all are for sure, right? Kevin, in the past, David said he was having weekly meetings with Apple. It could have been about the gem transactions, but we all like to speculate it was about this. The future will tell. Well, they could have set up their app in any way. Why did they choose AR, to set up these collectibles? Why did they choose to do it that way? So it's all obvious now. I mean, here we are. It's all happening. It's all right here. These apps right here. I wanted to see a VeVe in here. I didn't see VeVe's app on there. That would have been something if there's IKEA there. There's the NBA, Pinterest right there. There's a bunch of other stuff right here. I saw the V over here. I know it's Venmo or whatever I think that is. I was like, is that VeVe? That would have been pretty fun. Right here's Paramount right here, of course, Etsy and all that. So these are some of the apps that were shown on the screen right there. But they said thousands of existing apps are compatible. So I'm going to assume VeVe's one of those for sure, right? So Time Machine, Apple first roster pick Disney. Yeah, maybe, right? Bones. Will from Cryptoid said 100% you will see Cryptoids on Vision Pro already in the works. Yeah, man, it's exactly. That's going to be fun with their environment too. Doing that kind of thing over there, doing the stuff over here. I mean, super fun for sure, right? Verena, did they discount the MacBook Air M1? I just checked and the price is still the same. I don't think so. I don't usually they might do that. You might want to check Best Buy. And I remember I did buy a MacBook Air, the first generation one, a couple months later when the second one was coming out. I was able to buy one for about $600, and that was down about half price. But that was, I think, the retailer themselves, because Apple doesn't usually do discounts, right? They usually release the new tech at the same price, but the new tech is usually like high level, right? So on special at Best Buy. Yeah, check things out for sure. John, remember, we can rent our collectibles one day. Don't underestimate VeVe built on Unity. That's huge. They had the giant logo in this presentation. It's insane. A12 Poker Assistant just purchased an UR animated Spider-Man after I saw the Apple presentation. The ultra rare animated Spider-Man. Yeah, any of your like animated stuff now, the animated stuff, people should really look at the animated stuff now. I mean, we have the, we have stuff that isn't animated that's beautiful as well, but all the animated, 3D Augmented reality collectibles in VeVe. Those ones, I take a closer look at the animated stuff. I'm going to be thinking about this over the next day or two, put my thoughts together for you. But yeah, the non-animated stuff is great as well, of course. I mean, just for viewing, right? But the animated stuff's going to be fun to look at for sure. GCOM, how you doing? 3,500. Are we all paying that? Yeah, I think probably people will. I mean, you know what? Like, I can't say 100% for certain that I'm going to dive in and grab these glasses right away, the Vision Pro, but I think I probably will. I can save up till then. That's like, it's going to be a while away. It's still, I think, it's not like this year, right? So it's early next year, I believe, right? So I can't remember the exact date that they said, but that's time. So yeah, I think having a pair. The only problem is I got like, I got a couple of teenagers, and I mean, I can't be sitting there playing on these things like if they're not, and then you can't fight over these things, right? I mean, these headsets. So I mean, oh man, I could just see it now. I could just see it now. The video game they showed, right? So here, let me just open this up right here. The NBA game, right? So I got more screenshots here. Hold on. Where's the NBA game they showed? I'll bring it up. Oh, I'm laughing because I can just see what's going to happen in my house. So the NBA game here, right? So like my kids are playing this right now on their phones, right? And this exact game right now on their phones, and they're just loving it, right? And so, I mean, could you imagine playing this with the headset? Did you guys see the sports portion of that in the Disney part of the presentation? They had like you see that football game they did? I mean, it's crazy. It's just mind-blowing how fun that's going to be, right? So, Paul, how you doing? Bob Iger comes back and shuts down Disney Metaverse. At the same time, Disney partners with Apple in a Metaverse environment, hardware Apple Vision 3. Number 3, David Hughes says he's constant talks with Apple. Paul, number 4, VeVe continually drops Disney IP without any delay, eating up all the FA labels and precious characters and comics. Apple launches Vision Pro powered by Unity, the same engine powered VeVe. I mean, too many coincidences. It's the future. If there's any doubt. I mean, guys, look, seriously. And Paul, thank you for laying that out. That was very nicely laid out. Very nicely done. Guys, I mean, like seriously, guys, if there's anyone watching here who still is doubting VeVe, I mean, it doesn't mean everything's going to go skyrocketing to the moon. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the app itself. If you're still doubting it, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell someone like that anymore. I don't know what to say. I mean, sure, I guess everybody could just leave the app. I mean, I guess everybody could, right? I mean, technically anything could happen. People could just go, I don't want to do VeVe anymore, whatever. But I mean, like, if you're into collecting and and the digital collectible world is going, this kind of thing, okay? And thanks, Paul, for that. That was greatly put out. This kind of thing right here, okay? This is the kind of thing that changes the way people interact with stuff. All right. This is how things change. This is how the world changes. The iPhone changed how we interact with each other, how we interact with like the world around us, how we communicate, all that kind of stuff. Right. And it was easy. You could take it everywhere. I don't think that this headset is on that level in regards to, because everybody can put an iPhone in your pocket, and it's just such a crazy thing. You could just walk around with it, and how it was a little bit more like for everyone. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple. The headset here is a little bit more specified. It's a little bit more like obviously you have to be wearing it like this. I don't envision in the next year or something everyone in the street walking around like this or anything like that, but the way that the technology is with the how they're interacting, if you have to watch the video again, and it shows how people are can communicate with each other better in different environment, like, you know what I mean? Like how we can like communicate at that another level, and how like you don't have any controllers. There's nothing in your hand. Your hands are free. You don't have to, like, when you're holding your phone and you got to do all this stuff. I mean, it's all there on your screen. Like, it's just your hand. You see the hand gestures they did, and we'll learn more about the functionality and everything too. But it's just this is what we've been talking about. Like I think these glasses are pretty big, and I mean, they're pretty like intrusive on your head. I mean, I can't wear my Lakers hat. I can't wear this hat when I guess I could prop it up, I guess, but it's like wearing a ski mask, like ski goggles, right? It's not something you want to wear all the time. So as time goes on, they'll obviously, you'd think that it would get less intrusive, and more portable. And I don't know how portable it is because there's a wire there, but this is the kind of thing that, like, once people get in there, it could change how we see things. So when I say that, and, when I talk about, like, digital assets and digital collecting, they're become very important to people. They're already important to some people. They're not important to everybody, but they're going to become more and more important. You saw the part of the video where, the gentleman was talking, and the glasses scanned his face. Remember, he turned them around, and they scanned his face, and they created his own avatar, right? They created an avatar of himself that he could use in conversation, in this kind of thing when he's talking to people like that. So you could see how, and it was like, so he didn't have his own background there, his house there. It was like a 3-dimensional representation of him. And so when you see that and you see how it scanned him that quickly, I don't know how long the process is going to take, but it looked like it was obviously pretty quick. That is nuts, right? So if you think about then what Nike's doing with their dot swoosh, and how there's digital fashion. I mean, it just, you understand where this is going, right? Like, there's physical clothing to wear, there's going to be digital clothing to wear, and you're going to be able to buy that stuff, and so just like while we have our toys that we play with, there's digital toys to play with, right? And so it's just the way it's going. I'm just me. I'm just kind of like, I'm not maybe I'm not making a ton of sense, I guess, but I'm just putting it out there. This is so raw. Over the next bunch of days, we'll obviously, be talking a lot more, all of us, and we'll be communicating more, and we'll be in the Twitter spaces talking and sharing our feelings and thoughts about this kind of stuff. And we'll be getting more information, and we'll seeing like more people break it down, and we'll rewatch these videos more, and we'll get more of a sense of this too. But this is kind of the initial feeling that you get right here. And Granddaddy Crypto, buy 3 Vision Pros, 1 to keep, 1 to sell, 1 to trade. Yeah, but the problem is, if I buy a couple in my house, I mean, my family, we got to use them, right? So if you're by yourself, you can maybe buy an extra one and stick it in the closet and wait 10 years, I suppose, right? To do that whole iPhone, because that comes from people seeing that the iPhone 1 sealed was like $30,000 or something, right? The collectible of like just keeping it sealed, right? I have all my Apple stuff. It's not sealed, but I kept everything I've ever bought from Apple, every device, every box, every computer that I've had. Almost every computer I've had. I sold a couple, but I have all the boxes of it, and it's all beautiful stuff. Like these boxes here, like these little iPhone boxes, you just keep them, right? And then when you're done with your phone, you can put it back in there and just kind of hold on to it, right? Like a collection. I have my other stuff here, I got my little iPhone, 5s and 4s, like these little, like they're in great condition. I kept these, right? We don't use these anymore. But I have my iPad, I have my iPods from way back in the day, and so I don't know. They're just beautiful. So I just keep them, right? So yeah, keep one to buy, 1 to sell, 1 to trade. But the thing is like, if I have 2 of these in my house, I want to watch my kids play on them, But the thing is about it too is like, I don't want them wearing it all day, right? It's an interesting. Something's changing here in the world. This is quite something. Kid Arcade, how you doing? Great to see you. Hey, everybody, big shout out and big congrats to Kid Arcade. The big 1,000 subs on the channel. Well deserved. I mean, should have been way sooner for sure, in my opinion. All your content's great. I was watching you yesterday in your live stream. Congratulations again. And I know it was your birthday too. So big shout out to you as well. So everybody, big shout out to Kid Arcade. Great stuff. We're going to have to talk about this kind of stuff for sure, right? So Kevin, how you doing? Good to see you today. Joshua's in the house. How you doing? Are you going to get one? It's pretty much 5,000 Canadian. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm going to have to, Josh. I'm going to have to. I mean, at some, like, I'm going to obviously, like, I'm, do my due diligence about it. But there's so many aspects of this that go beyond VeVe, like just VeVe. It goes beyond, like, just digital collecting. It's more communication, entertainment, like my work, what I do outside of this job. Also, how I do these videos is going to be different. Like, this kind of device can really help with content creation for you guys, and how we share our experiences, right? So, I mean, it's got a full camera in there, video, everything, right? It's not just so I can go around and look at my, my Miles Morales and AR. Like, this kind of thing is much bigger than that. So yeah, I'm going to assume that I'll be trying to get one for sure. Der Harbinger, how you doing? Apple are getting 30% of all gem purchases. They should have shown the VeVe app as a thank you for us and the team. Well, I mean, I buy all my stuff actually through the web app, but I hear what you're saying there. It would have been cool. I would have liked to see VeVe on, where is it? This screen here with all the different apps. But I feel I'm not worried about it. I don't think VeVe is as well, but that would have been cool to see VeVe right in the middle. You know what I mean? Because Disney's there as well, right? Diamond Ink, 3 of my kids have Oculus, so I won't feel bad for buying one set of Vision Pros. There you go, for sure. Big A, I remember when plasma TVs first came out, I went with my dad to a specialty store to buy a Sony plasma that was like 30 inches for $12K. Same TV as 100 today. That was less than 20 years ago. Yeah, man, get the new tech. It's going to cost you. It is true. And you know what? Like, the things, though, this is the interesting thing about like I said, about the way they look and the functionality behind them could be very powerful for people in our space. You know what I mean? Like, for people like us who are like really into the whole digital world and what we're doing, more so than just the everyday person, who's just, using their phone, going to work, doing whatever. So I think it's more of a specialized tool for people. But the cool part is that the people who come into the space and experience it for the first time are going to go like, oh my God, just like those crazy TVs, right? From years ago. I mean, I bet you when you first started watching something on there, it blew your mind, right? So for sure. So yeah, no, how you doing? 3,500 easy. The TVs were priced a lot higher and it was just the display. Yeah, man, I agree with that for sure. Joshua, the Disney Parks Experiences and Products tab on VeVe is making a lot more sense now. Yeah, I know, right? If you actually go to VeVe and you go to the brands and we look over here, where is the Disney one right here? If you scroll down, where is it? DC, I'm missing it. There's Disney right there. There's the Parks, Products, and Experiences right here. This is the tab. There's nothing in it at the moment, but there it is right down there for sure, right? So, John, I'm up 700 in the past hour on your vault value. Holy smokes! Big A, only feet. I don't know what you mean by only feet. Just got my 9th Boba Fett, becoming a fetish. Look out, Robert. Be careful, because once you start going down the Boba Fett road, you don't come back. You'll start going into the real world, and you'll start going over to the collectibles. And if I go to my Twitter page right here, because I tweeted this out. Where is it? Right here. Look at this. Everywhere except VeVe. This is just a little off topic, but because you brought it up, check it out. Boba Fett, 1985, Droids TV show version of Boba Fett. 20,000 sold for it, a grade 80. 20,000 US just sold. So everywhere but VeVe, apparently. But anyway, yeah, I digress. I don't think is VeVe. Did VeVe announce anything? Oh, look, we got another Tarzan comic. That's kind of cool right here. And then there's they did a little thing about NFTs clean or bad technology. And then of course we got the Spider-Man 2021, 2099. So I want to see like if VeVe knows for sure if they're going to be on this if they're going to be on this app or not. I mean, available for the glasses. I mean, obviously I would think for sure, right? Hamoon, Apple changed the world again. Well, we're going to see the impact of this because I mean, it's just nuts, right? Like for sure. Joshua, 3.5 isn't bad when Apple also sells a monitor stand for a K. Yeah, I mean, it's if you think about it, like 3,500, I guess that's US. And I wonder if there'll be different models, like ones that are like more powerful or not, or if it'll just be one, because when they usually sell like their devices, they usually sell like 1, 2, and 3 different versions, right? Like they have like usually 3 options, one's more powerful. And so I wonder how they're going to do that, if they're going to do that or not. But I'm going to go back to when I was, before I had an iPhone. Okay. So before I had an iPhone, I had a flip phone like everybody else. And I was actually not one of the early cell phone adopters. I was not a person that felt the need to get a cell phone. I wasn't really that hell bent on it. My friend had a cell phone and he always teased me about it because, we were in our like, early 20s and stuff. This is in the early 2000s. Okay. We're going way back in time. We're going back into the DeLorean to the early 2000s. So, my my friend had a cell phone. So if we would go out somewhere, sometimes I would be like, oh, if someone wanted to get a hold of me, and he hated this, but I was like, oh, just call my friend, because he's got a phone, right? So if you want to get a hold of me, right? So it wasn't a big deal. And I got my phone because I needed one, of course. And I had my little flip phone and I started texting and stuff like that. And then I remember I was in like a restaurant with a bunch of people and we were hanging out and there was one of the guys there had the iPhone, right? And he was like, oh man, you guys, like this iPhone is insane, right? You guys should get one. And I was kind of like, yeah, well, I was a big Apple guy as well, like for sure. I have my Mac computers. I'm a graphic design professional. I was working at a graphic design company at the time. And, so I was a full on Apple Mac guy, but I was kind of like, well, yeah, I got my phone. No, I'm good. Like, what do I need an iPhone 4 for, or whatever it was, an iPhone. And then so he sat there and he was like, and not in a smug way, he just like literally in about 30 seconds listed everything that it does, right? At that time, it's like, oh, okay, well, it's this, and this, and this, all in your hand, including this, and this. After he said that, I was kind of like, yeah, I guess so. And so I actually quickly at that point, a little bit later, I went out and I actually got myself an iPhone. Yeah, I've never looked back, of course. So when you see a device like this, you start to like look at what it actually is, and you start to look at like what it opens up, and around the world, like what it opens up for people, and what it can do, the power behind it and what it replaces. And then you start to go, okay, well, it starts to make a lot of sense then potentially for some people, right? So, but walking around daily every day in the street, it looks like really more of a home office device and not like a everywhere you go device. So that's going to be a factor as well, right? So for sure. So Astro, how you doing? What's up, MC? Super cool for all of us for those glasses. I think so. It's nuts for sure, right? It's crazy. Daddy Crypto battery life. Pretty sure Apple said 2 hours with the external corded battery pack. I need to go back and rewatch it. Oh, okay, so is the cord, oh yeah, I guess the cord's going to a battery pack that she's holding in her pocket, I guess, right there. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, okay, I have to rewatch it too. But then you will walk around with it. Okay, so you have a 2-hour battery pack to go walk around. So that's not great because if you want to watch a movie on a plane, that takes 2 hours, right? So yeah. Oh man. This is gonna be crazy. The end of plasma screens. No, we want our plasma screens. Roninator, how you doing? Wow, that price is massive. I gotta get one. Painful Monkey. Didn't we see Marty McFly's kids wear these in Back to the Future too? Yeah, well, I think the VR glasses thing has been around a long time. I mean, you go back to the 1990s when VR virtual reality was starting to become like a thing. You remember there's a couple of movies they came out with that was all virtual reality. I remember there was that one movie with Demi Moore and Michael Douglas, where he was working at that tech company, and it was all like VR. I can't remember the name of the movie though, but it was pretty cool. And it was all VR and stuff like that. And like, it was like a sexual harassment movie, it was pretty cool. Pretty good movie and stuff. And there was VR in that. That was like in the later 90s, right? So this is not something new with virtual, but the augmented reality, that is a different story. So Granddaddy Crypto, Drophead's truck logo giveaway, one Apple Vision Pro. We'll get there. We'll get there, Granddaddy Crypto. We'll definitely try to get there for sure, right? So John S., how you doing? Sell a gold VeVe logo and pick up a couple of Vision Pros. Well, if you're in the United States, you can cash out, but I can't cash out up here in Canada right now. So I would have to hold off on that if anyone owns that for sure, right? So disclosure, there you go. Thanks so much, Pharaoh X. That's great. Yeah, that was a good movie. Remember that? The augmented reality, and like he was in that room and they put the thing on, and like she came down the hall and it was all like that was a good movie. I remember that. It's really dated now, but at the time it was pretty cool, right? Everybody thought that VR was going to be a thing. But they just haven't figured it out because you're too immersed and you get sick, and the gaming aspects of it and stuff like that. They haven't quite figured it out. So AR seems to be the way it's going for sure, right? So Cool Mo, how you doing? Dropped my landline in 1999 when I went cellular. Didn't need it anymore. Apple made a good point at the end with all their entertainment components it will replace. Justify 3400. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just by my first watch of the whole thing and my taking screenshots and the breakdown, it's all the stuff that it opens up, potentially, right? So, I mean, well, I'm not like, we'll do a bigger breakdown later, but like all the entertainment with the Disney stuff, that's crazy. That's great for VeVe and all that. There she is sitting in her house right there. This is a cool little like, the video is cool, like how they had like the whole thing of these little pods and stuff. It kind of reminded me of the spatial environment, right? Like how spatial itself, the platform, it kind of looked like that. So that was cool. So they're kind of sitting there. There she is kind of just sitting there looking through her glasses there, doing whatever she's doing, right? So I don't know if I would sit there like that, but it was pretty cool. All the apps and stuff for sure. There's a 3D thing popped on the table right there. So I have two of those. Yeah, I have two of those out right there. And then the basketball, the gaming aspect, you see the controllers right there and all that. It's just absolutely. Yeah. If you're thinking about 3,400, just from a gaming perspective, I mean, it could be something. Of course, Apple games aren't, as like, there's not as many Apple like on Apple computers. There's not as much gaming, although they did have a portion in today about gaming, about, not with the headset, but like, just how they're advancing their gaming and stuff like that with Mac. So that was interesting. I'll probably go back and watch that a bit to see like what they're doing with that, because I'm on Mac computers exclusively, and I've really not been able to do PC gaming like ever. So, quite crazy, right? In regards to like, if they can actually bring some of that, because I want to play like Resident Evil and all that kind of stuff, but this gaming environment looks pretty cool. So yeah, all the stuff it could replace, I 100% agree with that for sure. Bolshevik, how you doing? How wild is it going to be when we can walk into our rooms and be surrounded by our VeVe collectibles? I know like the app, you see how they did it with the apps on the side, like, where is it right here? You got like the multiple windows all around you. So you get the VeVe one going, and you have it activated. And then of course use the AR, to place it, because it's a camera too, right? So it should work for that way for sure. Astro VeVe, can you explain the difference of price between the gold logo and the red and blue logo? Not doing so well. Well, the gold, I haven't looked at those actually quite at this moment. I'm just too focused on this, but we can check it out for sure. Here's the blue logo going for just about 300 for that one right there. There's 1,100 of these or so, right? And then if you go to the red logo, it's the secret rare. This is the only one. Sorry, hold on right there. That's a single solo set. So if you go to the red logo right here, this is the secret rare. This one's going for 230, so it's less, but there's less editions. This one's got 777 editions, and the other one's got about 1,100. But people like that one, that blue one, because it's the logo, like it's the actual main logo, and it's a single set and everything like that too. Now the gold logo, that's a whole other story. Okay, that's the one with utility. There's the one I got. I have the orange logo myself. I went and bought it. The green one is the one my son got on the drop. He actually got one on the iPad. I missed both on my phone. I didn't get both on my phone. Like I went for both of the waitlist drops, didn't get either one. So I wasn't selected yet. So hopefully in the future I'll be selected for I'll have a better chance of getting grails. But I mean, I don't know, until I actually land one, it's going to be kind of like difficult for me to actually think that I'll be able to get something better, because I don't usually get them anyway. So, and I didn't get these, right? So I don't know how much the VeVe gold, the VeVe logo is. If I actually go here, I could just look up VeVe's gold and silver logo. Here it is. Where is it? Where is it? I guess I got to go gold. Disney D. Show all the results. Where is it? Where's the gold logo? Come on. Just VeVe then. I can't find it. I can't get the logo. Oh, what am I? Okay, let's go here. Let's go VeVe. Where is it? Scroll down. I can't get it, you guys. It's not coming up. Where is it? At the bottom here. There it is. VeVe. It's not there. Where is it? Here. There it is. God. 4,500. So there's only 500 of these, and this one has utility. The other ones don't have any utility. So that took a while to get there, but sorry guys about that. But I guess that's the difference for sure. AstroV, load your gems through the web app. No taxes to pay for Android or Apple. Yeah, that's the way I do it too. I just load it through the web app, right? For sure, right? So I don't know, guys. I mean, my final thoughts here. I'm going to close off the live stream here. Thank you guys for coming out. Just a raw initial reaction. We'll break it down more as we go, but this kind of thing does change the way things go. And I mean, the fact that in regards to VeVe, because we're talking about VeVe here too, in this whole thing, we got augmented reality. We got collectibles. We got Disney. Disney shows up. There they are in the presentation. There he is. I got to go back and watch that whole Disney thing. It's nuts, but we're already here. It's already set up for us, you guys. There is nothing to question anymore. Okay. Seriously, I'm not moon boying. I'm not talking. It's here. Like they have the glasses. They're putting it out. It's all AR. It's all augmented reality. Disney working with VeVe to drop their AR digital collectibles in the app. They're doing it in other places too. You got also, the Crypt Toys. That's cool with the Star Wars there. I mean, they're doing AR. VeVe's like the main place where we have all the stuff, Marvel, everything. So, I mean, now you got the glasses coming out and you got Bob show up on stage there and do a big thing about what Disney's doing with this whole thing. I mean, it's just so obvious to me. It's not even obvious anymore. It's just reality now. It's just reality. So I'm going to leave you with that, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming in here today, having fun. We'll get back to it. I'll be live streaming again tomorrow. I got all my regular stuff to talk about. We got that comic coming up. That Spider-Man 2099 should be a good comic for sure. And, a popular comic, right? With Spider-Verse stuff. I'm doing a video about the Spider-Verse. That's going to be fun. I'll put that one out for you guys too. I'm going to probably pop into some of the spaces now over on Twitter and see what people are saying over there about this whole thing, how people are freaking out and having fun. But this is great stuff, you guys. This is crazy news. I mean, if Disney never showed up here on stage, and we'd be just speculating about, okay, we could probably use this stuff. It's pretty cool. But Disney's right on stage with them, you guys. I mean, there is just no questioning VeVe anymore. Anybody who does is just out of their mind, if you ask me. And no disrespect, I'm just saying. But anybody who thinks that VeVe's not going anywhere, or digital collectibles, actually more specifically, digital collecting, like on this kind of level with big IPs. I mean, it's all connected to Apple with the AR glasses and the AR what we have in our app and over on other platforms as well. If anybody's doubting that now, I mean, you're just fighting the future. You're standing in front of a river that is getting bigger and bigger, and it's just going to wash you away. You just got to get on board with it or not. And you don't have to worry. Like, it's It's not that everything in VeVe is going to go skyrocketing to the moon, but we're going to have a place to play with our stuff. And it's just going to they're going to keep dropping stuff here. I mean, it's just the way it is. And then once we get those goggles, we interact with the app. The VeVeverse, opens up because it's already built, you guys. The VeVeverse is not like being like, it's already there. I've seen it. I put on glasses. I actually saw it at Decon. I was able to move around in there. It's literally here. Okay. It's already, we don't have access to it yet because they're still building it for sure, but it's not like it's like some dream. It literally exists, and it's all based around augmented reality. And so I don't know what else anybody needs to know. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's an exciting day. Oh, happy collecting, guys. Take care.